Part 3 of the Harry W. Bass Jr. Core Collection was sold at auction by Heritage as a part of the recent Central State Show. Let's start off our look at this collection with a proposed dual-denomination pattern coin from 1868. Denominated as both $5 and 25 French francs, came about following the standards proposed at the 1867 International Monetary Conference. This is a rare gold gilt example of the pattern designed by Anthony Paquet. Graded by PCGS as Proof 65, it achieved a final price at auction of $50,400. The 1855 gold proof $3 coin is easily one of the great rarities in the series. The actual mintage is unknown, but has been estimated to be perhaps no more than 5 coins. Today we know of the existence of 4 examples, one of which, unfortunately, the trumpeter coin, was stolen in 2003 and remains missing to this day. The Bass coin, meanwhile, is the finest known, with a grade of MS 65 plus cameo from PCGS, which saw a final price at auction of $312,000. The next coin is an absolutely amazing 1799 gold eagle of the small obverse stars variety in an early die state. While marveling over the incredible eye appeal of this coin, you might notice 2 small capital letters D punched discreetly into cloud number 8 just below the F of. This connects this coin to the Dexter Dunham Pogue 1804 Class 1 silver dollar, which also has a small D counterstamped into cloud 7 of that coin, probably, though not definitively, linking it to the collection of William Forrester Dunham that was sold by BMAX Mel in 1941, though James Dexter is also another possibility, but his collection was donated almost in its entirety to the Field Museum in Chicago, so that's less likely. Either way, it is here graded by PCGS as MS65 and sold at auction for $360,000. In terms of absolute rarity for the Quarter Eagle series, no coin can compete with the 1804 13 stars reverse variety from the capped bust gold series, although the 1796 extended arrows variety might be an exception to that. But it is undoubtedly rarer than even the 1841 and the famous 1854S, easily differentiated by the 13 stars in the clear arc formation on the reverse, as opposed to the 14 of the regular coin with the more jagged arrangement. This example is tied for the finest certified as PCGS AU58 and has been removed from the market for, well, since 1970. It sold here at auction for $456,000. In 1858, the US Mint officially started to sell proof coins to the numismatic market, something it had been doing unofficially for decades hence. Collectors responded positively, and in 1859, this $10 gold piece could be had from the Philadelphia Mint for face value plus a 13-cent proofing fee. The usual mintage of 3 to 10 Proof Eagle coins of previous years peaked here to 80 coins in 1859. Despite this, only 8 to 10 coins remain extant today. It is probable that many were either spent or outright melted down in later years. The Bass specimen, formerly the Eliasberg coin, is graded by PCGS as Proof 65 Deep Cameo and sold at auction for $456,000. In 1854, there was a substantially large mintage of Quarter Eagle coins, numbering 596,258 pieces. For the proof format, however, only a single coin is known, its early history shrouded in mystery to boot, possibly created as a part of a foolproof set of coins presented to the German city of Bremen in 1854 or 1855. The possibility of a second set for this year has also been raised, but remains unproven as to date. The Bremen coins were then supposedly, shall we say, liberated by unknown individuals in 1945. It last changed hands in 1976 when Harry Bass purchased the coins for $8,000, remaining in the Bass collection for 47 years. Today, it is presumed unique and is graded by PCGS as Proof 64 Cameo to sell at auction for $480,000. 1796 was the first year in which the quarter-eagle coin was minted. In fact, it was the first year in which an example of every denomination authorized by the Mint Act of 1792 was struck and issued for circulation. As such, it is a very popular coin to collect. In addition to this, there are also 2 major design varieties and 3 die varieties, of which this is the only coin to have 16 stars on the obverse of the coin, as opposed to the other no-star coins that omit this detail. This example was graded by PCGS as MS63+, which saw it achieve a closing price at auction of $480,000. For approximately the first 60 years of its existence, the US Mint never officially recorded the mintage figures of proof coins, so we don't know exactly how many 1831 capped-head quarter-eagle coins were struck in proof, but PCGS estimates around 10 or so coins. Complicating things even further, in previous years, many high-grade mint state coins with proof-like appearance were sold or at least listed as proofs. Since 1855, just shy of 100 auction listings appeared for so-called proof 1831 quarter-eagles. That averages as nearly 1 coin almost every year and a half to date, although that number has decreased radically since the advent of third-party grading services, confirming that many coins previously listed as proof were merely proof-like at best. Today, we can confirm the existence of 8 true proof 1831 quarter-eagles. This example is the finest known as PCGS Proof 67 Cameo and sold at auction for $630,000. By 1907, the US Mint started to experiment with alternative surface treatments for their proof coins, a fact that leads to the confusion that often surrounds the 1908 Gold Eagle, as there are multiple proof versions of this coin. The regular matte proof coins already pose a challenge for collectors, but the satin or so-called Roman proof finish coins, of which we can only confirm 2 known examples, are a genuine mystery. They've been called trial pieces or even defective proof coins before. This example was graded by PCGS as Proof 65 and sold at auction for $750,000. Producing coinage dies was both time-intensive and an expensive endeavor for the early US Mint, so reusing existing dies was fairly commonplace at that time, as was the case with the 1824 over 1 quarter-eagle coin, where an unused obverse die from 1821, as there were no quarter-eagles minted in 1822 or 23, was simply overstruck with a number 4 to create the small mintage of 2,600 coins for 1824. Today, only 2 proof coins are known. One is curated by the Smithsonian Institution, forever removing it from the market, and leaving only this PCGS graded Proof 67 example available to collectors, sold publicly for the first time since 1985 for $1,740,000. The period of the late 1820s to early 1830s was an exciting time for the US Mint. The installation of a new heavy screw press in 1827 greatly improved the hubbing process and production of medals and proof coins, and the introduction of the closed collar die for the half eagles in 1829 necessitated several minor design changes to the coin. This led to the creation of the two main varieties for the issue, the 1829 large and small size, or large and small date as they're also sometimes called, half eagle coins. The use of a different sized date or a different styled number 2 punch is the easiest way to tell the difference. Today there are only 7 known examples of this large date version known to have survived, 5 business strike coins and 2 proofs. This example is the former Virgil brand coin, long since described as a one-sided proof, as only the obverse displays characteristics typically associated with a proof coin. Other one-sided proofs are also known for issues from 1821 and 1825, two that come to mind. It has been noted that at the time that these coins were struck, the lack of complete polishing of the reverse die was not really considered important, as only the obverse would typically be displayed in a coin cabinet. Graded at PCGS as proof 66 plus today, one of only 2 known proof coins for this BD1 type. It sold at auction for $2,880,000. Hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, and consider watching another video about the Harry Bass core collection next. For the World Numismatic News, I am Numisman saying thank you for watching. Keep collecting and have a fantastic day.